today's Sunday. Unless, of course, we've really overslept. This is my diary from the World Scout Jamboree last year. It's the first time I've put a diary together in this particular way, and I'll try and show you that in a minute. I was going to talk about the stickers on the outside first. All of them have a reason for being there. So yeah, this one, it was the 24th World Scout Jamboree, so that's why that one is there. These colours represent the countries that were hosting it. I hope I'm going to get this right. So the red represented America, green represented Mexico. No, blue must represent America, red Canada. I can't remember. I can't remember without having to look it up. Anyway, these colours here, the red, green and blue represent Canada, Mexico and the United States, who were the hosting countries. And the purple here is the purple of Scouting, matches the fleur-de-lis there. Summit Bechtel Reserve was the site where it was being held. And these symbols here represent some of the activities that are on offer. That was ours. So the new River Gorge was right next to where the summit is located. And when I went out for a planning meeting in 2018, one evening we had a team dinner at a restaurant overlooking the new River Gorge, and I've got a photograph of me and my friend with this in the background. And from memory, you actually had to drive over that bridge to get to the Jamboree site. Take Me Home, West Virginia, everybody was singing that song.
Hello, Nicky! West Virginia.
Literally, you would hear it being sung by somebody every single day. This was from the helmets. So yeah, I was working on one of the skateboard parks. And before the participants arrived, we had to go through all of the helmets to mark up the sizes with our IST. This sticker came from the manufacturer of the helmets. The idea was that we stuck the sticker onto the front of the helmet. However, there were that many helmets and that little time, not many of them actually got stickers stuck on them, so I pinched one for here. And then this here at the bottom is the IST badge. So this matches the badges that you could buy in the shop, and it also matches the IST design on the front of the shirts that we were all given. So the rainbow butterflies have a bit more of a story. In the run-up to the Jamboree, we had a Facebook group. And on that Facebook group, somebody was saying they were gay, they didn't know how people in America were going to react. What should they do? And quite a lot of people said, oh well, just be a scout, nobody cares, it'll be fine. And several other people were saying, yeah, that's not quite my experience of BSA. That's not quite my experience of national events. The National Jamboree is run by BSA. And off the back of that conversation, I said, well, I'm going to go out and buy some rainbow-coloured stickers to give to people if they want them. Because, actually, you know what? You should be made to feel welcome. And that is one of the stickers. So one of the reasons why I chose to stick the butterflies on here were that there were an amazing number of butterflies that I saw on the site. So that little rainbow butterfly, A, is a reminder of all the butterflies I saw on site, and B, is a reminder of the conversation that happened beforehand. But yeah, that was a very interesting conversation. It was the people saying, it's all right, just don't behave weird, or don't flaunt it. It's like, would you say that to a heterosexual person? Would you say don't flaunt your sexuality to a hetero person? I don't think so. So yeah, previously when I've done diaries on big scout camps, I start off brilliantly for the first few days, and then I get tired, I don't fill it in, and I have no record of sort of the second or the end part of the event. So this time I thought I'd do things differently. So for each day I had the same template. The day, the date, wake up and bedtime, the weather, the number of steps I walked, anything I bought, new friends, old friends, what I had for the 3 meals, quotations from the day, something I'm grateful for, a hope for tomorrow, how I kept my promise, something I learned, my favourite swap, and trash or treasure. For this, I noted that so many people assumed that the skateboard park was going to have a high number of broken limbs because it's always been that way, and assumed it was going to be the same this year. It wasn't. And then after that, I did 2 pages worth of notes for that particular day. So if there was a day where I had a lot to say, or I was feeling particularly energetic and awake, I could write stuff at length, or I could do what I did on day 1 and just make brief notes of what happened. 16 nationalities on the coach from the airport to the reserve, to the summit. So the way it was done, they were shuttle buses from the airport. I was staying at a hotel the night before, so I got a shuttle bus from my hotel to the airport, met up with my friend Larry, we got onto the shuttle bus. Now we'd all booked a seat out on a particular shuttle bus at a particular time, but when it came to it, it was just a case of, if you're here, get on the bus. We need you to get on the bus, we need you at the site. Doesn't really matter. Just get on. So yep, I got onto the coach and immediately fell asleep. Ah yes, also tried to use a loo block, no shower curtains. I did not go back into that wash block. I heard that shower curtains had been fitted, but I didn't go back to find out. And then the other thing I've saved from this, here, the to-go lunch tickets. So at the beginning of the camp, everybody was given a pack which had all of these for the event. And what was supposed to happen was you took these, swapped them for your lunch. I think it was to make sure that people didn't get more food than they were allowed, so everybody only got 1 lunch per day. I mean, let's be fair, the food they had for lunch was pretty rubbish. However, that was the way the system worked. And then at the end of the tent, on your way out, there was a big tray with all of the previous day's tags. So you'd go through on the 19th, go to the box, find a tag from July the 18th, and that way you could collect all of the tags that you had. I think there's one day I have missing somehow, but yeah, all of the lunch tags were in there as well. BSA also had these holographic badges on the back of their stickers, so I'd shove those in as well, just for the fun of it. So through the whole trip, or through the whole time on camp, because I was working in a team of Americans who shortened mathematics to math, there was a big joke about math versus maths. And if you do 1 math, do you do 2 maths? So you did 1 math to get 2/3. Yes, because a big number minus 3 is 2/3 of a day. I have no idea what that is about, but that's kind of funny. So also the thing I tried to do was collect badges from each of our IST. So when I sew them on my badge, I've got a record of who we had in our team. So these are all the nationalities we had under our IST. And then the ticks in the boxes represent all the badges that I got, which was most of them, I think. Yeah, just call me a tufted duck. Over the last few days, well, the end of last week, I was going to bed quite late, sort of midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, then sleeping through until the following day, or most of the following morning. And it was just getting really frustrating that I was spending my whole time asleep. So I thought, I know, Saturday night, last night, why not go to bed early? Because at that point I was really starting to get quite wiped out and mentally Done. So, went to bed about 10:30, fell asleep not long afterwards, and then woke up again today at 10 o'clock. So my idea of going to bed early last night, getting up early this morning, getting stuff done, didn't happen because I was asleep. So even though I went to bed earlier than normal, I still woke up at about the same time. On the plus side, when I did wake up today, I felt properly refreshed, properly rested. Today, James has been starting the rebuild of the PC. The first part of it is going through everything, cataloguing what's there, working out how to store it, making sure he's got passwords, access codes, etc., that he needs. The next stage is going to be then rebuilding. I've done a tiny bit more editing. I've been going through my desk, because I did say that was one thing I wanted to do, was to get my desk cleared. But I've been doing it in a kind of pootling, pottering, yeah, whatever it happens when it happens kind of way. So I can look at it and think, yes, that there is change, there is stuff that's been moved and cleared and got rid of, but it's not tidy. Not at the stage I want to get it to get my sewing machine out, but it's fine. So there's a couple of things I found which I wanted to share once I finished dropping them all over the floor. First things is these. These are the freebie tube maps that are given out at underground stations that get updated on a regular basis. And because I'm a slight geek, I've been collecting these. I have a little collection. It's a collection about that thick. And when I looked at the collection today, the earliest ones I've got are from 1998. Quite a while ago. So there's all sorts of things on there that aren't on the current tube map. I think Shoreditch Station is on the East London line. I'm not sure. I think it was after Aldwych closed. Not sure. I would have to go back and check. But anyway, I have been collecting these for 20 odd years. Now these are going to go in the recycling because I already have duplicates of them. Those two designs you can see are pretty obviously different. These two look like they might be the same one, but they're not. If you look, the dates are slightly different. And the wording at the top is slightly different. So this one is your Common and Garden tube map. And this one tube map plus other info. This is a postcard I found in a juice bar in Washington, I think it was in 2018, and it appeals to my black sense of humour. Even more so because I don't think the Americans actually know the person quoted on here. Anyway, so on the back, it has a quotation from a doctor, and at the very bottom it says, "We thought it would be balanced to offer his opposing opinion." And the quotation reads, "In my expert opinion, this blind faith in juice fasting as an effective means of purifying the body is utter nonsense. There is no ailment as such that modern science and medicine cannot remedy. Surgeries are swift and deliberate, painless and precise. We are living longer today than in the past primitive centuries. Clearly, this is a sign of our unquestionable triumph over the natural world. Drink, eat, and be merry. I can fix whatever you manage to destroy. Trust me, I'm a doctor." On the assumption that was actually what he said. The doctor in question, Dr. Harold Shipman, MD.
So that is the end of the weekend. My desk is slightly clearer, although I have found that it's a long process because it's not just a case of pick something up, put it on the shelf, pick something up, put it in the bin. It's pick something up, work out what I need to do with it, and then put everything in place for me to do that thing. So, pick something up, realise I need to send it off, but before I do that, I need to complete it and fill in the form. Pick something up, realise I want to stick it into my diary, but before I do that, I need to find my scissors and the double-sided sticky tape so I can do that. Pick something up, realise I need to put it in my purse, try and find where my purse is, etc., etc., etc. So it will be done, just slowly, and that's fine. I am not going to beat myself up over silly little things. I also think I have spilt oil down this top, this one, which I rather like. I mean, the top I like, not the oil down it, because there is a patch on it which looks like water but is bone dry and has been exactly like that for at least 10-15 minutes. Whereas water, the water I splashed on there 5 minutes ago is drying off. Now, normally, if this was a nice discreet place, sort of around the arms or around the hem or something like that, I could buy a sew-on patch, stick it over the top, style it out that way. But this bit of oil, no, right on the boob. I'll deal with it tomorrow. So after all, tomorrow is another day. And in actual fact, another week.